Good day, Cougars. This is Mr. Cook with World Geography. Today we are looking at the World Religion Comparison Report. So when you click on the assignment, you should see instructions. You should see the World Religion Comparison template over here on the right as a document with your name on it. And then there should be a copy of the Social Studies Writing Rubric. Okay, so we're going to look at the rubric first. For the rubric, there are two parts that we score. We're looking at organization and progression. So are you on topic and flowing smoothly? And then we're going to look at development of ideas, details, and elaboration. Okay, so let's look at the criteria for the 4, 3, 2, and 1. So a 1 has a thesis, a controlling idea, but it's not clear or focused. Your ideas are not presented in a logical manner, and the organization paper is confusing. What gets you a 2 is if you have a thesis. Again, it can be unclear or not focused. The ideas, again, are not presented in a logical manner, and the organization is controlling. What gets you a 3? The controlling idea or thesis of the paper is fairly clear, but it is presented in a formulaic manner. The ideas in the paper are mostly logical, although at times the organizational structure of the paper is weak. And then the 4, you have an introduction and conclusion establish the controlling idea or your thesis. Ideas in the paper are logically organized and presented in a way that clearly supports the controlling idea. That'll get you a 4. So that's an introduction, conclusion, and a thesis, plus your ideas are organized throughout your paper. For development of ideas, a 1 is that there are very few facts and details are present in the paper. There's no evidence to support the controlling idea provided. Okay, so you kind of tell me some facts, but you don't really give me an explanation of how they support your thesis. Facts and details are present, but they don't really support the controlling idea. Facts and details are often formulaic. Okay, so some of them can support the idea, but not always. Whereas 1, you don't even support the idea, your thesis. For a 3, facts and details are provided to support the controlling idea or thesis, but important information is either unclear or left out. So you're leaving things out to get a 3, but you do have facts and details, and they do support the thesis. For a 4, very clear and well-presented facts and details clearly and consistently support the controlling idea or the thesis of the paper. Okay, so you're going to give it a grade, and then I'm going to grade it, and we're going to have a meet about it and decide where you fall and assign points. This is going to be your summative grade for world religions. So this is something that if you don't like the score you get, you can go back and improve it. Okay, so that's the rubric. That's how we're grading it. We're looking at organization and progression and your development of ideas, your details and elaboration. Okay, so in order to help you write this, there is a template that I've provided for you that will help get you there. So the first thing you notice is if to get a 4, you have to have an introduction, conclusion, and thesis. So the template has an introduction, thesis here, and then you should have a conclusion down here. Okay, so your introduction should just be something broad. This essay is going to compare and contrast two world religions or specific names. You should give context, give a brief history. When did the religions start? Where did they start? Where did they spread to? Some background information. This is our background information. The reason this builds our idea of where we're going. And then you have your thesis. It's going to establish a clear position on the issue. These two religions are similar, or these two religions are different, and you tell why. Okay? So, if I was doing Hinduism and Judaism, I might say these two religions are different in, and then say some areas, but they share a similarity in. You can do it either way. You can either say they are just all different or all similar, or you can say a mixture. They are different in these ways and similar in these ways. However you want to argue in your paper is fine. Okay? So the next part of your paper is a body paragraph. Okay, the body paragraph has a topic sentence. This is like the thesis of your paragraph. Okay, this tells what we're comparing, or what we're contrasting, or what we're saying is similar, or what we're saying is different. And then your second sentence should be evidence, either a quote from the reading, or if you were in class and watched the videos, this is where you put your evidence. And then the third sentence or so of your paragraph, because you may have a couple more sentences for evidence, should explain how your evidence supports your idea, that they are either similar or different. Okay? So in the center here, you'll see that there are guidance and sentence stems or transition words that you can use. So there's a group of here for comparing. There's a group of here for contrasting. So whichever one you're choosing to do, you can use words that they list to kind of help start you. Okay? You're going to do the same thing again for a second body paragraph. Minimum requirement to get graded is that you have an introduction, a body paragraph 1, and a body paragraph 2. I won't even grade it or look at it until you have those 3 things. You do need to have a body paragraph 3, but it is extra this time. Okay, so I would suggest doing a third body paragraph just in case one of your other ones really doesn't work, like you're really shaky on it. Do a third one so that way you have a backup. Okay, so again, the same sentence stems, the words you can use to help get you started. The conclusion should restate your thesis and explain how your evidence supports the claim throughout your essay. Words that you can use to conclude things are right here. Okay, so your conclusion should restate your thesis and explain how all of your evidence supports your thesis in the end. So when you have written your parts here, we're not going to turn it in here because this is a template to get you started, but you're going to take all these different sentences and put them into a Google Doc as if you were writing an essay. Okay, so you're going to turn it in only once you've added that Google Doc that has your thing as an essay. I'm not grading the template, so if you just leave your work in here, it will stay as missing until you turn it into an essay on a separate Google Doc, okay? So make sure you do that. Make sure you submit both, and then there will be a time for you to have a meet with me to go over the rubric and grade your response report. Okay, so make sure you do this, get it turned in by the time of next class, so we can go ahead and do those meets